I said I'm about to lead the masses. Then my ex-girlfriend.
Alrighty, game one. Okay. So game one, I'm pretty sure I'd already scouted them out, their team, and I knew that
Radiant
they
team
loved
ban.
the Dark Seer. I feel like they wanted to do kind of a wombo combo team. So Magnus Dark Seer, first two bans, easy.
Radiant team ban.
So we're gonna talk about the first two picks. So I open up with Warlock just because our playstyle really favors this hero. Some poor 5 hero who can just get stuff done with minimal spells, minimal cold. And then they opened up with the Treant Abaddon, which is actually I banked on them 100% running dual lanes with this, trying to win the off lane 100%. It's the reason why I kind of formulated a draft once they opened up with this. The insta pick Timber is just because you limit yourself a lot when you pick Treant Abaddon, because if you don't completely crush your lane and you don't zone the Timber, he's just going to destroy you at like the 15-20 minute mark. So the Tinker ban was because our lineup is very, very weak to high nuke heroes, and the vision game that Treant can provide, along with the Tinker, just means we'd never be able to push towers like ever. It'd just be it's very strong. I think the TA ban was mainly because their heroes have. I mean, I don't think it was very good. I think it was more of a target ban because Abaddon, once he has Radiance, and Treant both deal with this hero pretty well.
Reserve time.
So, what did we ban? We banned Sniper. Yeah, we banned Sniper because they just. I feel like they were just gonna pick a bunch of frontline heroes and then just have their Mr. Cash just sit up and out farm us and be able. We didn't have a lot of ways to catch him with the Timber and the Warlock, and then they banned the Storm, so there wasn't any real viable catch to kill him.
Reserve.
So the Bloodseeker, I immediately knew that this was gonna be a Bloodseeker mid. Just because their playstyle, based on the players, they don't pick any junglers. I mean, it is good. It is also it's a pretty solid counter pick to the Polar Jungle because a lot of the heroes like Axe or whatever are just they tend to get low in the jungle, and he gets a fast 6 I think around 4 minutes. So he has the ability to, if he does jungle, he has the ability to dumpster lanes. But playing him mid with a very aggressive style with like the Abaddon Treant, that's like what 100% threw me for the like. I knew that they were gonna dual lane somewhere with the Treant, and then they're just gonna bank on Abaddon. I mean, on Bloodseeker being perma hasted.
Team pick.
So the Troll Warlord pick was just because it's a strong lane versus Abaddon because he's ranged and Abaddon can't really close the gap early, and he can just man fight the Bloodseeker. Like if Bloodseeker ruptures him and silences him, he really doesn't care. He just kind of runs up on him.
Reserve time.
So the SF pick was just because in a 1v1, Bloodseeker once Shadow Fiend hits level 3 to 5, he just can outlane Bloodseeker 100%. Like the nukes with Blood Rage on him just like destroy his HP pool. Plus, yeah, we wanted the clock pick, so the clock pick would secure us early CS, and I'd be able to just out CS him with no problems. So the Lion pick I feel like was really dumb because there's no way Lion can zone a Timbersaw, and the hero doesn't really do anything to any of our heroes. I feel like it was just kind of a comfort pick.
Reserve Dire team ban. I don't
know why this is super laggy. So I don't know why this is bugging out so hard. So they banned the Disruptor, thinking that Polar was probably. I don't actually know where this ban was coming from them. Like, they knew we had the Polar, so we knew he was gonna pick something weird. But the Disruptor isn't indicative of our playstyle. So we knew that we needed to win
10
lanes, or at least
seconds
come out
remaining.
kind of even in them. Like, we could honestly afford to lose lanes a little bit, just because of our draft. They picked very squishy heroes
Radiant
come
team
mid game,
pick.
and we picked a lot of AoE nukes. Like Shadow Fiend, Timbersaw, Warlock, all just poop out like magic AoE, which your whole team is just all of Radiant was very weak to it. So the Clockwork was kind of just to secure the lane for Shadow Fiend, because I wasn't expecting the dual lane mid, honestly, and because none of your heroes are very good at escaping, and we lacked catch. So this kind of just gave us that either initiation or catch that we really needed, and it also gave us the stun that we needed to cancel TPs on command, basically. See, that's kind. I also kind of
10
noticed that
seconds remaining.
Radiant's lineup lacked stuns. All they had was the Lion, and they wanted to snowball the Bloodseeker, which means
5
the Lion was
seconds
going to have to
remaining.
hug the Bloodseeker really hard if he wanted to get really anything done. And so far, I feel like this is
Reserve time.
very. This is our comfort draft. We have a lot of
10
our comfort heroes.
seconds
Like
remaining.
Clock, or Polar had the Clock. I had the Shadow Fiend, and my support player plays a lot of Warlock, and my offlane player plays a lot of Timbersaw. So the Terrorblade pick, we're gonna talk about this. I feel like this was just a meta pick because you guys didn't know what to pick. I honestly would have picked like a Jug here. I mean, our heroes, like just dire heroes, do a lot of magic and pure damage. Just because Warlock, Fatal Bonds does whatever damage it's amped. So the Terrorblade pick, I feel like it was just kind of a comfort pick maybe, because none of our heroes. I mean, we do physical, but we also do a lot of magical. And you guys were banking, or Radiant was banking really hard on Abaddon. Abaddon basically, their win condition was Abaddon keeps Terrorblade alive. Like, he gets a bunch of items, he runs into fight, and Terrorblade's left uncontested to do damage in fights. Which is basically, it's very not a smart way to play your game, because you're banking really hard on one hero. And if the Bloodseeker doesn't snowball. And even if the Bloodseeker snowballs, our team was really good at controlling him. We have like the cogs, and we have 2 ranged heroes to just beat him up, and that's something he really, like, he doesn't want. It's not a stun, which he can buy a BKB to mitigate. It's the cogs, which kind of ignore the BKB that he can buy, and it forces him to buy a Force Staff if he really like, it was being that problematic for him. You know what I mean? And none of the heroes on Radiant really want to buy a Force Staff. Maybe the Terrorblade later. So it's a very value pick. Why is this bugging so hard? Okay, here we go. Okay. So laning stage. I'm gonna talk about this. So we were just kind of doing the trick. I mean, we're not like it's not 100% down for us yet, but that's not a big a deal. I think I had like 13 souls by the start of this.
The battle begins.
So these lanes were very favorable for us in our 2 lanes. These 2 lanes were very favorable. Off lane and safe lane. Our mid lane, I just got completely dumpstered. Like, I can admit it. I misplayed it too hard. Honestly, I think I had the damage on him, but the fact, the initial gank, and you're leaving, you can't let Timbersaw get a free level 3 in this lane. Like, if he gets a free 3, you've already lost your lane. Like, he's just gonna get everything he wants out of it. And Treant, I mean, he got stuff done, but I feel like it was a good pick because we thought Polar was gonna jungle, but Polar really walks over here. So you guys, Radiant does a good job punishing this. I think it was more of a misplay on our part. So as we can see at the net worth, at the last instant of ice, I've already fed mid once. I've already talked about how this is gonna be a hard lane for me if these guys are just gonna sit here. But we can see, yeah, you guys are leading the CS charts pretty well. But yeah, you can already see level 1 raise does a bunch of damage. Abaddon's doing well, I believe. Yeah, but Abaddon and Troll are about even. Warlock's getting more than your Lion, I believe. I'm just being dived mid constantly, which is an issue. Me and the team, I've already discussed this as an issue for the team. I've had twice now. 3 times? Yeah, twice. Timber's starting to get levels in this lane. Honestly, he does misplay this. He could honestly just walk up to your lane and not really give a fuck knowing that meta's down. This lane's also misplayed a little bit by our team. We should be able to force out your shield by like trading right clicks and then throwing the heal on him, or throwing the heal on our player and just right clicking like this. That was another misplay. Give him the free salve. I die again. This time because I talked to my team how hey, they're playing an aggressive setup, so I can't really be in the mid lane at all. So I tell Polar just take over the lane, and I just go to jungle. I died 3 times. I'm getting destroyed mid lane. It's not sustainable.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I believe he dies. This is a problem. He's too greedy, overextends, gives a free killing spree to Polar. But it's not honestly that bad because he doesn't give XP, and then gives me a chance to catch up for a second mid lane. So bottom, we finally play that right. We kill your Abaddon. Life's good, even though he does have to go back to base. Missing CS, it's okay. It's 3k players. I'm not gonna fault them too much. This is a huge play. This is a turning point. Polar's hit level 4. He can now effectively gank your team. Now, yeah, I get ganked again. We ping out. We need wards in this area.
What sort of prize is this?
So I think Timber's just kind of misplaying this once again. I'm just gonna put this on MMR and not knowing how to play the matchup, or not playing the hero incredibly well, or just being nervous against playing against better players. Because you don't play aggressive enough. Like he could honestly, he's got what, level 3 reactive? Yeah, he could just walk up and right click this guy. Like he doesn't give a fuck. He gets ganked, dies to rupture. That's unfortunate. Meanwhile, I just farm away. I'm starting to catch up. If you notice, I've gotten about 15 CS and the time it's taken him to get 10. So life's good. Nice zoning out the Abaddon. We get a kill. Life's good. Lose the tower, but it's an offlane, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. I mean, I don't think we've touched your towers yet, but I don't think we mind. I tell my team we're playing for late game because at this point we're so far behind. We're already 4,000 net worth at 8 minutes that our only chance is to play for the late. That your heroes have already started to snowball. Like I don't even have boots at 8 minutes. Like life's hard, you know. So we're just missing CS and like a lot of heroes. Like I should not have as much CS as my troll who's in lane. This is another small misplay, but it's okay. He's not normally a carry player, so I'm not gonna fault him too hard. So Timber's starting to get levels. I believe he hit 6. Yeah, he's hit 6, and he's still playing very passively. I'm just jungling meanwhile. Trolls is missing a lot of CS. He also doesn't opt to get lifesteal, which I think is just not familiarity with the hero. And he lets Abaddon trade very well with him when he should, you know what I mean? And this is what I mean. Lion has to hold Bloodseeker's hand or else kills aren't gonna happen.
Dire's top tower is under radiant structures are fortified.
Yep, and meta's been popped and it's just basically not gonna get used. It's a huge issue with your lineup is that you guys don't have very good sustain. Or anyone to really tank for you. You can just beef up towers. You guys die. But we have a Bloodseeker running at like 500 fucking move speed, doing 5 billion damage. Once again, just TP the lane. He's starting to snowball, but it's not a big deal because this hero doesn't do anything. And I think we pointed. I was talking to my team about how in the draft. So Timber's starting to get some items. He misplays here. We already talked to him about it. How he could have just gotten the kill, but Polar does get the kill, I believe. Or he doesn't come fast enough. Kind of ignores it. So I feel like you guys are getting nothing done right now. Like this is just a lot of downtime that nothing's happening. You do, however, pressure well with meta. That's one thing I did like. And then once again, Lion is holding his hand, but he's a slower hero, and he was running with his tranquils off cooldown, so he doesn't get the kill. It's just small things like that, you know. So we ping out. We want to defend this. No, we didn't want to defend this. We want to give it to you guys and just farm because you hear it. Yeah, Bloodseeker's Blade Mail first. He's deceptively tanky, and this is where I ping out. I don't know if I pinged it, but Treant makes a lot of space. We lose a tier 2. We lose a tier 1. But we get a kill. But it's honestly not worth. It's a huge problem with our draft, is that this early, we just don't have damage. Like, until Timber hits like 12, I hit some items, you just don't have damage. So your tree went Midas first, which is interesting because your Abo is also going Midas. It's very greedy when you want to push timing. When you want to timing, you're on a window, honestly, with a Bloodseeker. You just have a window, and you guys didn't really exploit it. Bloodseeker top, just kind of pushing out lane. See, he builds the Force Staff, and then he goes straight into Heart, which is honestly a huge mistake because now you guys just lack damage, which comes into play later. This is a pick, I believe. No, it wasn't. Yeah, we figured you guys are smoking. Like, you're all off the map. Yep, TP out. Nothing happened. I died. That was a misplay. Tried to TP. But I don't believe anything happens here, though. I think you guys might get the 2-2. Polar. This is the same thing that Tree did to us. Is he just chased us around the map instead of taking the objective. It's honestly just quite a big misplay. The fact he lives is very detrimental. Like, you guys pop meta and everything. Like, you commit a lot for this. Like, sure, you got a kill, but that's all you got, and you're already huge amounts in the lead. So it's another misplay by you guys. So Abaddon. It's 60 minutes, and he does not have a Midas. Or he's just getting his Midas, which is not ideal, to say the least. I could tell he wasn't comfortable in the hero. We pointed out that your weakest lane was your off lane. So I TP out, nothing happens. Oh, he does die because he tries to go for it, which is a small misplay. And then we know we can fight here because we get like the 4-man Fatal Bonds, which is honestly a huge play. Meanwhile, I ping, you can see the blue pings for me to pincer, but it's too late. But we're content with farming up. I think we start to take the gold lead on some of our heroes. Yeah. No, none of our heroes, but I'm catching back up, which is good. Your Terrorblade is very far behind. I think that was a ping delay issue. But even then, he's not using his illusions like at all. Well. He should be sending himself to this one and then like his illusions to this camp. It's just a misplay. It's just not a misplay, it's an efficiency thing. So your Bloodseeker is farming instead of getting kills when he's 8-1. That's honestly an issue. Your hero needs to just snowball and keep us down. We're keeping our tier 2s. We're able to defend against a team that should be able to just 5-man and take towers. You guys played very passively, despite having a 10,000 gold lead at 20 minutes. So do you do the smoke? Just based on how our players are spread out? Yeah, that's another issue. Your Bloodseeker is just very aggressive, and he shouldn't be. He needs to wait. He just never plays with the team. He's playing too much of a solo game, you know what I mean? Whereas our team, you can see we're kind of farming in the same area, we're covering each other, we're waiting. So we ping it out. We get a hook here, I think. No, we didn't. We just take the tower. We ping out. We stay here. Stay here. If we can do this fast, stun up your TB. It's a free kill and possibly a tower. Yeah, we just get in position. Go. Rock. Yeah, double kill usually. Timber out of position. I don't know actually why he was there. We just back up. Nothing happens. We forced a bunch of your TPs, and we just bought ourselves more time. That's all our draft is about, is just buying time. So I pick up a Shadow Blade, which is a huge item for me now, even though it's like very late. Actually, it's not. That's not like it's like 3 minutes later than normal because I have a Dragon Lance as well. 3 to 4 minutes behind. So your ward, I noticed the dire wards throughout this game. They've never actually been over here. They've constantly been here, which is it's not very good. Simply because these 3 camps are like the only camps you really need to farm. These 3 are very greedy to farm. Whereas our wards, like we get the 2 picks here, we drop wards, and we want to fight here. Yeah, free kill. We notice your team. I try to play around the wards, so I notice your team rotating instantly get out, and it spots space for my offlaner to farm. Once again, wastes rupture, nothing happens. He's bought an early heart, but he can't do anything with it because he does nothing. Like, he would have been a lot better off with like Basher or some other item.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So this tower, now that we know your TP's have been used and you guys are on that side of the map, we can just kind of pressure, force out the glyph. So this is the mid fight that was catastrophic actually, I believe. Yeah, you guys try to fight.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I lied, this is not the fight actually. You guys are still very much in the lead, but you guys can't really pressure it just because our respawn timers are low.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah, that Fatal Bond's quite an
Radiant's
issue.
middle tower has fallen.
Lanes are pushed though, which is good, which means you can't really get much more. That was one thing I really did like about this team, is that we did split push very effectively, in the sense that you guys were never able to really take objectives, or more than one objective, just because lanes are always spread out. You guys are right in the pit right away, which is good. We scouted, we knew, but we can't really contest just because we have no rock, which is our team plays around rock very well. We play around one player if we need to very well. Once again, he's got an Aegis and a heart. Like he's hard to kill as is. I would have much rather seen the Aegis on like a Terrorblade
Dire's bottom tower is
or
under
someone like
attack.
just someone who's not hard to kill. Like Terrorblade has 1320 HP. Timber just destroys him. Clock destroys him. I destroy him. He's got survivability issues. So our team, once again, kind of farming us 5. This was the fight. So we know you guys are there. We take this fight. This is what I'm talking about. The cogs. He does not like to be kited. Yep. Instantly, 3 dead. Your Lion doesn't have a TP. Catastrophic. Rage buy. I feel like this is just a rage buyback. I don't know what this honestly was. He tried to like 1v5 our team. Forcing a double buyback, like this, he's throwing the game. Honestly, just a huge throw play. Like we just gained, yeah, 3k net worth, but I feel like it was more. And then you guys had a loss. Yeah, it's like a 7k gold swing almost. In a matter of like 10 seconds. And then you guys go right back to farming after losing that huge fight and knowing we don't have rock or anything. I feel like you guys didn't want to use your smokes or anything. So Abaddon has Radiance. 28 minutes. What was it? 12 minutes after he finishes his Midas? That's not ideal. Once again, gets a free kill, but it's a kill on a hero that respawns fast, so your spells are on cooldown, and like Overgrowth, you guys needed to fight with that. You needed to fight around it, and now you can't. I think we had rock ups. Yeah, we're just splitting the waves now. Just farming, hitting creeps. Alright, wait for the smoke.
Radiant's
Rock
top
up.
tower
You guys are not in
is
position to
under
siege this tower at all. Like, this guy's doing whatever here. You guys just aren't in position to siege. I just feel like it's a communication thing. Then we get the huge 3-man bonds and rock clean you guys up. And your Terrorblade is just kited around and killed. Look at that. Yeah. 3,500 gold swing. Just because you guys aren't really... I feel like you guys are having communication issues just because the way, like, Lion was like way back here. I don't know what he was like, just doing nothing. Whereas Utrian was like off to the side, not in position to ult. Where he should have been off by the like on like the left side by the trees, ready to ult or bash someone. And your Bloodseeker was kind of up front, which was okay, and your Abaddon was up front, which was okay. And your Terrorblade was like so close behind him, which was a huge issue. Like he's in range for him. He's got a Dragon Lance. He's got like 5 billion range. Too close to fights. So Polar, actually, I'm gonna credit this to Polar. He's like, they're all around us. They're gonna farm. Was it this play? No, we go farm. Yeah, okay. So we're just back to farming. I finished my butterfly, which means effectively your team is never gonna kill me. Like, you don't have any magic damage besides Lion. You're just never gonna kill me. Now we're starting to get items, so I'm starting to pull ahead. Polar's got the items that he needs to like just kite you guys around and keep you out of position. I also, you guys are very, you guys don't play as a team in the sense that I have not seen one like 5-man smoke into our jungle since you've lost a fight. And you're just like Bloodseeker, just farming. He's doing nothing with his items. You know what I mean? He bought a heart to farm. He's an agility hero, doesn't even do anything. So we're playing as a team. You guys are just giving us tier 1 tower, whatever. Not a offlane is towers are negligible. They don't mean anything. So there's the first 5-man smoke I've seen, you guys, and we know. So we're just like ignore fights. Timber just kind of not listening, I think. I don't know. Does his own thing, dies right away. But it's a Timber. He's up in like 10 seconds. Doesn't matter. So your 5-man smoke catches a Timber. So we already know that you guys have to be around here. Timber dives in. He's not listening, or he's thinking for himself, you know what I mean? Trying to be too much of a solo player. We know you guys are there, yeah. We got a ward somewhere. No, we just flare. And you guys take a bad fight again. I just tried to skill. Backfired, I should have just taken the free kill. Once again, lose your Terrorblade. He's itemized wrong. Like, he did not need a BKB this game. He just needed to position himself better. Like a Hurricane Pike wasn't needed. If he needed a Hurricane Pike or BKB, actually. He needed one of them, not both. You know what I mean? Now he does no damage, and dies fast because he does no damage, and we're not really afraid. Another free kill, but it doesn't matter. He's up in like 20 seconds. Another free tower. Polar just gets healed up. That's one thing I do like about the Warlock. He just offers unlimited sustain. And then with Polar having an urn, like I said, like he's back to full. He's gained like I want to say like 1500 HP in the matter of like 10 seconds. So you guys, I believe you guys. I don't know. I can't tell if you guys had smokes. But push out lanes. Lanes are pushed. So this is where you guys needed to smoke. I don't know if you did. This is 100% where you need to smoke, right into our jungle. You saw Vision here. You saw me not being there. So you know it's automatically a 4v5. At the very worst. Still disconnected. You guys haven't smoked? Yeah, I haven't smoked. You're just farming. You're farming when you're throwing the game. You see, like you're farming yourselves into a bigger hole. You see what I'm saying? We're smoked again. Like this is like our third effective smoke. Another double kill, buyback, clean you guys up. All of us are at full HP. You guys just try to run. You don't even try to fight. Yep, drawing on the map.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower.
That was the game. You guys just couldn't fight us. You guys let us get way too out of control. So, I guess I can go over some points that both teams did well. I think your Dire they did a good job playing their lanes. They played the laning stage very well. They learned how to snowball. They picked their strongest hero and they tried to snowball the Bloodseeker. The problem is that the Bloodseeker refused to continue his snowball. He just kind of stopped. He's like, I don't know. He just wanted to try to farm it out, and instead of pressuring objectives with meta, like you guys, Dire did a very good job of pressuring tier 1s with meta. Like they, hands down, very good job. But when it came to tier 2s, you guys just kind of lost your focus. So there wasn't a communication. It was a communication issue or something. One thing I liked my team is that we didn't really give up. Like I was tilted, but I didn't really give up, and we played as a team. Like we covered each other's farming patterns and everything, and we had pretty good wards to spot out your ganks. I also liked how we used our smokes. I feel like Dire had an issue with using smokes as 5 and finding anything. But GG's. So on to game 2.